Hello YouTube, so you may remember my all Palpatine outfits video. Well I've got a couple, so before we get into today's video I'll show you the versions I missed. So this one is him from the beginning of the third movie, so you just want to get this. You want to have it at like black, but it looks more grey, which makes it perfect for this, so you want to get that and that. Now if you want, you can get a hood and cape, but you don't have to. Now the next one. Now this is not exactly one I forgot, but it's one I forgot to do with the actual, it's one that I forgot to do that I accidentally, you could say, messed up. So this time you want to go all red, and this was in the previous video, but and you want to get this, take off the mask, and this is what it looks like with the hood. Now we're past with that, let's get into today's video. Today's all outfits is Darth Maul. Now we're only going to be doing Clone Wars and movies and Rebels, so let's get into it. Now Phantom Menace is simple, you just have to get the version of Maul. Now you want to have this cape and hood, have it black, and this is him hooded, him not hooded, him not caped, but with hood. Now for the actual lightsaber, which we'll cover at the end, we'll show you that. But that's Phantom Menace. Now onto the Clone Wars. Now there are a couple of versions, so I'll go over a couple. So you want to get one, and you want to change the skin colour for this one, and change it to the colour red he's in. And this may take a couple of tries to get right, but you will get there. Now you'll want to go this colour, get that, and then get one of these, but I'd recommend getting this one. Now I'm not going to actually show it, but you can find it out for yourself. And it was also where my arrow was, so we're going on to the second Clone Wars version. Now we can't do the version with the spider legs, sorry, but that's basically the closest we can get with the spider legs. Anyways, the next one, you'll want this Maul. Now this outfit you never really wore within the Clone Wars. This is more only for like the Phantom Menace version, but you want to get full black and equipped one of these. Now you'll want to change the skin colour to red again, so you get out more of a accurate version. Like, it can be anyone, but if you're changing this, you may want to change that as well, as it will follow more in sync with the colour. Now it does not have to be changed, but this is basically as close as you can get to it. on to the next movie part. So you'll probably want to do something similar to our last one. You'll probably know which one I'm going after. Now all of these will always look a bit better with a cape, especially if you're in the Robloxian morph. So, oh, wrong outfit. Like I said, they'll probably always look better with a cape if it's not like a thing. A bit like that. That's what I mean by a filling. Now this one's going to be way harder. So no. This one's going to be a bit harder to do. Now you basically just have to do a Clone Wars version, except there's not pretty much anything compared with the Clone Wars version like the previous one. But if you want, you can add this to make more of a accurate effect, but you don't have to. Now you may know which one I'm talking about, which is the only other movie he appeared in apart from The Phantom Menace. Now time for the Rebels. Now this one has quite a couple of versions. Now this one you'll want to get the same thing as before. Now you can put it into a more grayer or that, but you want to select that and select that or any of the others for this one. That's version 1 of Rebels. Now we're going on to the second version, and then we'll go over the lightsaber looks. This is the last version, of course. Now this one you may want to pick one of these or one of these. So yeah, that's basically, I'm just wearing the same thing, I've just made it darker. You may want to wear this one, or like I said, you can just keep with how it was and wear this one, but you can pick between the two. I'm going to go with this version. Now you'll want to get a hood and cape. Now you don't want to go like this, as these spikes will pop out, so you do not want to have that come through, but this is what it would basically look like, unless you're just going off by a Phantom Menace version. Now time for the lightsabers. Now you'll have to have angle. So Okay, you'll probably want to go with this version, as it will look a lot more accurate. So it pretty much has to be the same colour. You'll have to make all the blades red, make it on white, and then you have the double bladed version. No, it's not, even though it's not as long, it still works. Or you can use that one, but it does not really work too well. And by that, I do mean it does not look and work too well for Maul, because of this. Now, yes, this is good for only double blades, but when it's only for one blade, it does not exactly work well. So you can use this if you want, but I do not recommend it. So that's version 1. Now the second version will be a lot better. Now you'll basically have to have this, but if you want to, on one side or another, you can have one side black and one side red. One to represent his normal saber and one to represent the dark saber. Now I know you can get the dark saber, but it's not possible to have two different sabers equipped at once, sadly. So now on to the next one. Now this one's a lot more harder and complicated to get through. I keep missing it because I'm used to going into the canon versions. So this one's going to be a lot harder to get through. Now, you can go and get an Inquisitor lightsaber, as that's what it's based off. But it probably is not worth it, because they will not really end up in the way you want them. And if you do get an Inquisitor lightsaber, you're better off getting this version. And of course, Maul's final saber that we had seen within him was an Inquisitor one. But this is sort of what he looks like with the Inquisitor saber. It does not look quite good really, does it? Well, we do have another option, which is making the custom saber. Now, as surprising as it may seem, I would recommend using an Inquisitor lightsaber. But if you do not want to use one of them, you can get a folding one, a custom one, or if you want, you can just get one of the normal sabers, which you can get from here. But if you do get a normal saber, get this one or that one, as they will play a lot more of a better part. I know saying that, I think it would probably be better with that one, but you can choose on what lightsaber forms and looks it can be. But if you want the stick version saber, because that's not exactly possible, you will have to use the stick version. The stick. Now this will not make too much sense for me to carry, and now I'm looking at it, it does not look good on it. Now your thoughts may be different, but it's my opinion. Or now this comes to the but/all. You can use your Inquisitor saber or the other saber and have the saber blades you would be using be black. But this will mean you'd only ever get to be using one version of the saber. Plus you'd have to have it in pike all the time, not hold, or lean forwards all the time. And this will also give a disadvantage, as you will only be able to fight with one saber. But if you do that, if you want to make it more correct, now this will affect the top blades as well, but you can have it like this, and it will give off a better effect for the stick part, but not a good effect for the top part. So there are many things bad with it, so we're not going to go over all that. Now the next video may be or Qui-Gon or Obi-Wan or Anakin forms. Now I have realised that they lowered Obi-Wan's hair from what it used to be, because it used to be basically straight up, so I do like how they've lowered the hair, makes it more accurate. But if you want to see something else, like another version, then do tell me, as I am keen to do it. Now speaking of something like that, I wonder if never mind. They never added the Old Republic outfits for you to wear, so you can't exactly wear them, which is sad really, because if you could wear the Old Republic outfits and make your customised character. But anyways, if you want, tell me who you want next. Anakin, Obi-Wan, or who was the other one said? I can't remember. I think it was something along the lines of, I don't know, I think it was something like, no, I can't remember, because I'm not going to make a guess and then be like, never mind. Anyways, I do hope this has helped, and I probably have just made my mind up on who's next, and I'll just give a little sneak peek to one of the outfits. Actually, I probably won't, because I'll probably forget. Anyways, thank you for watching and bye.